A one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And off we go here in Atlanta. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. And he can only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Penix gonna throw right away. Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game.
Prior to the opening kickoff, the home crowd is rocking. They're on their feet cheering. Well, one play in, got a little quieter in here. This defense came out, and they took the fight right to them, able to bring the quarterback down for an opening play sack to get their defense settled into this one. 14 yards on that pass play there. It's good for a Falcon first down. That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion. The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
And he's going to have the first down, mark him at the 45, and move the chains.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Diamador Lenore there defensively to break that one up.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, here is Penix. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. 17 yards, the gain there. First down, Atlanta. We're going to go play action with Penix. He's got it at about the 8. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. 1st and goal coming up. Again, it's Penix. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons will take a 3-0 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive. At the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The return starts at the 13. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run with the man from Louisville, Isaac Guerendo. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Purdy. That'll be caught right side by the rookie wideout. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Woo! And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. They'll go again with Guerendo. And he's going to pick up the 1st down, tackle made right at the 20-yard line. 2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. First and 10 for Purdy. That is caught at the 3. And he's in. Jacob Cowing. Touchdown, 49ers.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Ray McLeod on the return. He's to midfield. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return.
And that right there is how you regain momentum. You just gave up the lead, but now here comes a huge boost by your special teams. Just an excellent return. Going to set them up with great starting position on this next drive.
Throw over the middle, caught by London. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the gun, it's Penix. That'll be intercepted. Francisco. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll throw. It's Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now Penix. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Penix. He's going to let this one go deep to the goal line and in. Ray Raymond, wow. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Going to return this from the 10. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. That's to the right side and incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time, and it'll be 2nd down.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Now he'll run. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. It is 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. So, halftime here. It's the visitors, the 49ers, who are on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Short kick taken just inside the 20. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. To break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Purdy going to give this to Garendo. He'll get about 2. Hayden Ellis in on that stop. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll go play action. Purdy. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Really impressive job by the quarterback to stay in there. He knew that hit was coming in the pocket, but he held it just long enough to let his receiver win versus man coverage and deliver that ball on target. Any quarterback in the league, Mike, at this level can operate when things are clean. But when you have guys bearing down on you, can you hold it a little bit longer? Because if not, the timing of the play just doesn't work out.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. He'll dump this down to the fullback coming out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Seems like the fullback is kind of the last of a dying breed, but we see them used occasionally in the run game. But, man, when you have a guy that you can target in the passing game, it just adds one more layer for a defense to have to worry about.
That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Ball right on the 5-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Purdy to throw. And he'll take it on in. George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. McLeod now to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. First and 10. Mooney in motion. On play action. Penix. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Zach Bond with the tackle. On 3rd down, Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
On the move, headed right. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
Hurts comes out throwing. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, it just couldn't quite hang on.
He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal. Barkley does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
There's no question that offensively you're disappointed when you're in these goal to go and you go backwards. But this is one of those situations, Kate, where I got to give a tremendous amount of credit to that defense. That surge, that want to, that leverage to not just stop them at the point of attack, but knock them 2 yards backwards.
And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Eagles get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Samuel now to return it. Returns looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Purdy looking to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Brought in inside the 20. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers tie this game 7-7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, Britton Covey. And his return's going to go out of bounds and set them up with a drive starting from the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
If only every completion could get that kind of result. That's good enough to knock a defense flat on its back.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. That's Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers get the football on the first turnover of the contest. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at 2nd and 3. They'll go right back to Garindo. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Purdy. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Purdy. This one falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here's Purdy to throw. Complete beyond the marker. A lot of mess on the move here. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers parlay the interception into points. George Kittle, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Hurts now from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And he has a gain of 4 on the run, which runs us up to the 2-minute warning. Second and 6 coming up here. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Buys time, rolling right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. On 4th down, Hurts. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
First down throw by Purdy. Oh, he put some heat on this deep. He's got it deep downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. On the give, it's Garindo. And his defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Darius Slay with the stop. Purdy setting up that play action. Headed out right. Coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But it looks like the 49ers were the first to it, and they make the recovery.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough third down here. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. They got a hand on it, and now it's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. He's got room to roam here. And the Eagles might be able to get some points late after the interception.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Covey now to return this. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find A.J. Brown. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw, Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
He connects downfield on 4. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down, Hurts. Has a man, it's Brown. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Taken in by Smith. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Barkley has the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles tie things up at 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Samuel now to return it. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now Garindo. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Here's Garindo again. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. And the Birds bring out the nickel look. 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw. And that's away for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. A time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
He'll throw it. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Purdy throwing here. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Another try following the sack. Into a crowd, and intercepted. And the Eagles return the interception almost to midfield before the tackle's made. Wanted to hit his tight end there, but a defender anticipated it, got a hand on it, and it is picked up.
Yeah, I think this defense is today have figured it out. There's a lot of good tight ends, and they can be mismatch makers, so you better have an awareness and coverage of where those tight ends are. This defense did, and boy, what a big play to take that ball away.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's got Smith. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, But it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
First down throwing for Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. Two men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
And he's tackled for a short gain. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles going for the win here. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. Chased out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen. He got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. He even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
To throw. Could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinion Mitchell. And the Eagles make the play that should win them this game.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go to Barkley again. And he rocks the tackler. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Here he is to throw. They left him wide open. It's complete. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. This is caught inside the 15. And he is in for the touchdown. Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner, they've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Oof, their comeback hopes are dwindling by the second, but any path to victory starts with a successful onside try here. And the Eagles are able to recover, and that should just about do it for us here. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They give to Barkley, left side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. next time. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.
That's how I be happening. Just for all my not abandoned. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get cracked, put them in the. Can't forget the yellow brother near. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. Every time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label tryna give me feedback, tell me bring the streets back. Fans said they want 2015 Vince. Drop big fish, cuz been weak since. Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Yeah. All I wanted was a couple mil. Make the city proud. Put it down for them. Come and tear it down. What are you about? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian. Crash landing. In the dirty apartments. Stay shining. I'll forever be the hardest. Big time. Like the New Orleans. Real shine. Like the women know you. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? Slide through the section, gotta show my homies I'm on now. Both souls on the ground, never sold out. What you know about this? No glitz and glamour. Found in my polo pajamas. Face getting ran, gotta watch for the cameras. Before you get freaky, can't with no random. These the sneaky. If police come action, then you never see me. The ghetto will trap you, but I love it. Yeah, I love it.
With potential whiteout conditions looming in our future, we are getting close to football at snowy Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Veteran Dustin Hopkins has this one teed up, and we are underway here in Cleveland. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They begin on the ground with Garindo. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
The 4-3 defense there did its job, funneled things right to the middle linebacker.
If they do a nice job of playing team defense, everyone takes care of their responsibilities. That allows that guy in the middle to do his job, which is search and destroy.
That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Purdy on 4th down. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The linebacker, Jordan Hicks, flying in there for the sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive. First carry for Nick Chubb. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This is the tight end, Njoku. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Jameis to throw it. Touchdown, Browns. Jerry Jeudy, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
18 more yards there and another first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Purdy now to throw. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. 3rd and 19. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Here's Purdy. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. From 10 yards out, and the 49ers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's got this down to the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now 2nd and 5. To throw is Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Winston. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Winston. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Winston now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Hopkins' kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Purdy from the gun. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Browns drive about to get started. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now Winston. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their mind. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw, Purdy. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Purdy. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Niners have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. On the return, here's Jerome Ford. And he returns this to the 22. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Throwing, Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now Winston, he's going to audible to something else. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's third down. Here's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here we go. This is fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Isaac Yedem picks it. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now Moody for the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. This is 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Here's Winston. Oh, and that is incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. To throw, Winston. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
That means it's just one last chance left. And this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Well, the defense circling now. 4th down and 7. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Purdy off the play fake. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. The throwing here, Purdy. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And they take a knee. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing.
Inner Harbor. 70,000 plus have filled M&T Bank Stadium since 1998, the home of the Ravens. Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And off we go here in Baltimore. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
And this is why you tailor your offense around a guy like this. I mean, every once in a while, mix in some design runs. He's got such game-changing ability with the ball in his hands. And here, he rips off a big one.
On play action, here's Jackson. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And he will score. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens.
You know, there's so many key factors that allow a play like this, Mike, to have so much success. And, of course, like anything, it starts with the quarterback being accurate. It's such a big part of NFL football right now is the run after the catch, but the accuracy of the ball allows the receiver to turn into a runner after securing the catch. So great job there by the quarterback, and then sometimes it's just a foot race to the pylon and speed kills, and the wide receiver gets the ball, secures it, and he does the rest.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. The return starts from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. He's taken down, but just... Field.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. To throw, Purdy. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take over just shy of midfield.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
Off the play fake, Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 25. good for 27 and a first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Pick up of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Raven first down.
I hope we all appreciate just how difficult it is to throw the ball that well while on the run. And the way they teach it, Mike, is kind of cool. They actually teach the quarterback to disconnect your upper body from your lower body. Just keep your feet moving, and however your arm times up, just let it rip. And he does it about as well as you can ask.
Second down, Jackson. He's got it at the 3. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. Two yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. Jackson going to keep it himself. And he will take it in himself. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Tucker's extra point up and good. And the Ravens move out on top. 14-0. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Purdy. He'll go right and find his running back. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. On 1st and 10, Purdy. That's into the hands of the fullback. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands, I can do some things.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting the third down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. When you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to third and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Here's a 2nd and 9. We'll go play action. Purdy. He'll complete that to his fullback. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's a run. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. This is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Third and goal. Purdy to the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You have to come down at those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
Udy's kick is good. And the 49ers are on the board just before halftime.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Jackson to the tight end, Likely. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Rashad Bateman, the intended target, and it'll be 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Returnable from his own 4. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing is Purdy. Open man downfield is Kittle. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. The spot is at their own 49, making this a 61-yard attempt. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. Kyle Shanahan now will turn to his field goal unit. The spot is at their own 49, making this a 61-yard attempt. And this is taken in by the defense. So we've reached halftime here in this 11-point game. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes a return from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
Purdy now on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. To throw is Purdy. Going up top. He's got it. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. Purdy going to give this to Garendo. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. He got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 3rd and long. Purdy to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal. Now Purdy. That is caught by the tight end. George Kittle. Touchdown, San Francisco. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end. So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll motion over Flowers. A 1st down throw for Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like now
nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Nick Bosa, the former All-Pro, in there for the sack.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. A big play there for Baltimore. 31 yards. Jackson now to throw on first down. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
He finds Likely, his tight end. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Baltimore.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. When in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Henry. Good blocking to the 15. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal. Henry tries to pull his way in. And looked like he may have had a lane, but the defense shut it down quickly. He did not get in. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense is able to get the hold here on first down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4-down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard.
He tries to make a break for the goal line, but they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
At one point, it felt like a touchdown was almost inevitable, but now after 2 back-to-back wins by this defense, all of a sudden it seems like the defense is in control, and this drive's in danger.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. Extra point try now for Tucker. He knocks it through. And the Ravens will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Samuel going to see what he can do. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Purdy. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. It's a 1st down and a gain of 13. Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the 4th quarter. They've got to find...
Pressure gets there, and down he goes. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Now on 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. He's got it at the 7. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Here is 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play. From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. To throw, Purdy. And Marlon Humphrey is there, and he picks it up. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Baltimore. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way. A back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire, and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he'll take it in. Made the right read on the zone read. And tacking on 2 points. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Samuel going to see what he can do. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This is pretty high-level quarterback play right here. He knew before the snap, all he had to do was manipulate one defender with his eyes. And once he bit, ball comes out on the money. Big pickup.
So it's a win here for the Ravens. And right away you can point to the turnover. Always key. Tell us
I came in nothing but them raps, the clothes on my back, them L-dogs, nothing but them lacks, the A, with a black man is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dressing the coldest to catching the COVID, to blessed with success and promoting to just do it. Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't LeBron. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating little daddy LeBron. Your mammy's a pity. Anytime I get beside myself, I remind myself from think I gotta go through. I don't like therapists, I don't like most. You love me, my go-to. Love a thing blind on top like Goku. Just left Noble, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Been big dog for the...
Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi Stadium. Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And off we go in Santa Clara. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. for Kamara. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, these are not the plays that are like bold in the stat sheet when you look back on it, but these are the kind of gains by the running back that keep the offense on schedule and move the chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Looking to throw, Rattler. This is complete to Olave. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They give to Kamara, left side.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Gets this one to Shaheed. And that will not be enough for a first down. So now here's 3rd and 5. Rattler. He's got Shaheed. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Okay, right? Down.
And off headed right, Kamara. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's Rattler. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Through 1 quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. This has been a good drive, but it's at risk here on 3rd down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. It just couldn't quite find the connection.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Taken in by Shaheed. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. And now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
From the red zone now. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Running behind center with Kamara. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
get them enough for a first down.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They'll run with Kamara. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you've still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. And it's the Saints facing 2nd and 5. Another shot for Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
From the gun on 3rd down. Catch is made in close. It's a New Orleans touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a 49er first down. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Purdy on first down. Looking to his fullback now. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Purdy throwing here. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. Not quite good enough for a first. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ball at the 33 for first down. Purdy looking to throw. It's taken in by Juszczyk. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Purdy setting up that play action. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Moody knocks it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Purdy. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jukes one defender. Wow, he's dropped hard on the return by one of the offensive linemen. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 31. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Running left, this is Kamara. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. He'll throw it. Into the hands of Olave. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Now Rattler. Gets it to him on the screen. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Well, that was great timing. Great timing by the big fellas to get out in front of that screen. You could see it coming. Running back has the lineman in front of him to clear a little space. It was all about his athleticism after that.
Give on 2nd to Kamara. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Kamara running out of the gun. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Offense in the hurry up here. Third down from the gun. Hasn't been close. And they hit him right after he made that catch. That's going to deny him the first. It's 4th down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Looking to throw. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints push their lead further to start the half. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints drive their lead to 11. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Throw complete to Juszczyk. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So we're through 3 here. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the 4th. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. Finds his fullback. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's a pickup of 9. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Got Juszczyk, and it's complete. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Play action now with Purdy. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he's taken down at the 30. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Escapes the pocket. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a 49er 1st down. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. May still have 2 to work with in this 4th quarter. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Purdy throwing here on 1st. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers trailing by 11. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Purdy. Forced out to his right. He's on the move. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
It is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
Purdy to throw it. Has it in close. And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone. the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Garendo can't push it across. They make the stand. It looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Now to throw. And don't leave just yet, fans. He's got it for the touchdown. And there's still a small chance, Brock, that this one isn't over. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision. But when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys are better than theirs.
So now, massive moment coming up for the 49ers as they go for 2. He'll look to throw it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Down a score, less than 45 seconds left. They know they need to get this back. And that's recovered by the Saints. So we're going to win this football game.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Here we go. Here we go.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Running for it, Kamara. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across. But there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
They kick the running back in motion. Here he is to throw. It's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Let's get juice.
Setting up to pass. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. This one misses the tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Keep the ball moving.
Looking to throw it. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. A A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3-and-out.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. On the move, headed right. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one. So this will win on the road for the Saints. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths. Because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us. Indeed, all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.